Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Adofo, mechiachi amu nyina baby awo. We huma mu na ohwem yo efie o baby awo nyina mechia mu nyina we greet you. We say we pray and hoping that the mother of universe, the supreme being, protect you, guide you, and see you through the year. Sada ya kan no ya saba biom. Ya ba ebeye the other part of first video na ye mu eche yen yesua de enye ntokwa esom na atwa yen ho ehia nti there's no problem for us to study and learn the religion. You should know sometimes some behaviors emerge from religious people. Sometimes it's hard for you to comprehend what is causing that, so you should know why sometimes religious people behave the way they behave. So eno na ye no nti no ye ama wo hu what esom na ase yie ye pense mu ye bie mu ama wo hu emechiacha mu biom me followers mo am commenting mo am encourage and na say for me chia mo nyina. I love you guys too much. You are the secret of the work we are doing, and we have a lot for you. Stick to the pitch. Sana ya kan no ya discuss book na first book eno na ya documented after 100 years and above. Ya documented Prophet Muhammad na bakwasem ewo en nesuafo en nasefo. Ya discuss ya ka book na asem ewi ya ka na ya to book no ya ka na ya to book. We mentioned what happened to the book and how the book was written and the stages that the book went through and how some political figure has impact and influence on the book. We mentioned that one briefly. Now we're going to talk about the author briefly. So this is discussing the author of the book of Al-Asiyah wal-Maghazi, who is known as Muhammad bin Ishaq, or known as discussing. Who is Muhammad bin Ishaq? Why are Muhammad bin Ishaq on more kind draw the book that contains the biography of Prophet Muhammad and Islam? Omupe and all the kind the book to her. Obi biara watch prophet na bakwasem nyina eba nichi. Ni die mu na ye. The book is older than any Islamic book. The book is older than any hadith book, that is Islamic tradition book, what they call hadith. Muhammad is having book, any hadith book, yeah. Even Tabakat, I remember a children book, and you see Bukhari, the book reference of Bukhari. Tabakat is older than that one. Who is Muhammad bin Ishaq? My dear followers, my dear listeners, Muntie, listen. In the year 12 Hijrah is the Islamic calendar year, which bases its calculations on the moon, just like the way Hebrews do their own. You know, those people, that's how they do their calculations. Their calendar is based on the moon. So, the first sight of the moon or the first appearance of the moon is the first day of the moon. That's how they calculate it. Unlike, to the contrary to the Gregorian calendar, which goes with the sun. So, they have lunar calendar and Western world has solar calendar. So, Hijrah is a calculation based on the year Prophet Muhammad migrated from Mecca to Medina. That is where they started the date of Islam. Just like the way you have BC, which is before Christ, and you have AD, which is Anno Domini, which means the year of the Lord. And then you have, sometimes in English, you see in Islamic date, they put AH, which means after Hijrah. That is it. So, when Hijrah was 12 years, one of the Islamic commanders known as Khalid ibn Walid led an expedition team of Islamic armies to a country called Iraq today, to a particular place known as Ain Tamr. Ain Tamr means the eye of the palm dates. The eye of the palm dates. Ain Tamr. The locality belongs to Christians. So Khalid ibn Walid, an Islamic army commander, led an expedition with soldiers to Iraq, to a place known as Ain Tamr, and attacked and invaded the Christian community of Iraq, or Ain Tamr. Khalid ibn Walid, Islamic army commander, led an expedition team of army Islamic soldiers to attack a Christian community in Iraq. The community is known as Ain Tamr. When they attack the community, they catch all of them. It's a community, it's a local community, an urban area where they do their 1 or 2 towns. They are Christians, they are not Muslims, so they are not ready for fight. Nobody has any weapon to. They just invaded them, seized the strong men and the youth, catch the women, catch children, and all that, and made some of these people slaves. And what next? After Khalid ibn Walid, the army commander, invaded the town, they saw a church and they approached the church. The soldiers, Khalid ibn Walid with his soldiers, approached the church. Now, when they got to the church, they saw Christians having their service. Some Christians were in the church having church service in the church. Now, the pastors that were leading the service were 3. One is called Seerah, and the other one is called Yasar, or Yasar bun Khiyar, or Kutan bun Khiyar. That is these 2 names. And I the man. Bakunu Nidi escape me kakra, and even Muhammad bun Isa mpo wanka bakunu mpo didi. The pastors men so when the lead the service. It is these 3 pastors that are leading the service of the church in the church at Ain Tamr in Iraq. So when Khalid ibn Walid invaded the church, they entered the church and seized everybody, and they caught and watch pastors which one is called Seerah and the other is known as Yasar bun Khiyar, or Khiyar Kutan bun Khiyar. And I achieve the Omochi and Dani Kuromu as an Islamic state. They made the town Ain Tamr to be part of Islamic state. So what they do is that when they do that, they have what they call jizya. It's some kind of form of tax. So they will start to pay. Whether if you are not a Muslim and you will stay there till your own town, they invade it with the name that they are bringing their religion. After they brought their religion, if you don't want to fight them and you want to stay in the town, you should pay to stay. If you will not be a Muslim, you should pay to stay. Ukuromo. So, omuchi pastors men son, any other slaves no omuchi and omudi omuba Medina, Makkah, Medina. Omudi omuba and omuachiche slaves near the among. And omuachiche Seerah no yache near the amobi, and I yache Yasar bun Khiyar no so and I did. Then they share the slaves that they took from Ain Tamil, Iraq. The Muslims, commanders and the soldiers and the scouts who went for the expedition shared the slaves among themselves. This is religion for you. Now, when these slaves were with the Muslims, they got to know that if you want to have peace among the Muslims, if you want your master to love you, or if you want your master to release you, to give you your freedom, you must join Islam. So they got to know that this is the secret. So most of them said they will embrace Islam. So here, you can't know whether they are really Muslims or they pretend to do it for their life. In any case, they said they are Muslims. And Omuji Islam too. Until Omuji Islam too, pastors no ba no aye friend Yasar no and also di Islam too. Later, Yasar we oji Islam too no and some kind of master yes or man freedom kakra ba sa freedom no complete freedom. One day you better discuss here. When Arab took you or Muslim took you or Arab took you as a slave and they free you, they have 50% freedom they give you. At that time, you will not be complete free. You are not entirely free and you are not also entirely a slave. So they call that one Mawla. They are Mawla. And I have free Yasar and he became Mawla. Now this Yasar got married in Medina, Wawari or Medina. And our Abranti be a friend Muhammad, a friend of Ishaq. Your old Abranti be a friend of Ishaq. And Ishaq me and almost Wawari. Now our Abranti be a friend of Muhammad. Sa Muhammad ni papaya Ishaq we. Nena na Yasa. Yasar wa oye pastor wo Iraq aye ko chi no asori de mu onu na oye Muhammad bin Ishaq na wo churo first oldest biography of Prophet Muhammad onu no ntene papa eye pastor Christo ni ye chi ne pakramofo ko chi ne papa ne na danfofo any church service for e wo church mu e wo Iraq ela yedi omuba Medina ela papa no be ye nkramo ela waware ela ya wawo obi ela wato ni pani Ishaq ela Ishaq no wo Muhammad we a woni ya wachiro kramo sum abakwase. So Muhammad bin Ishaq is coming from a Christian background. Wasuya Aramaic kasa or the Aramaic kasa or the Greek kasa and what the Arabic. Yeah, introduction to the Arabian land. No, you can't say na Bible or Arabian Peninsula, but it was not exposed to anybody because of the language barrier. It is written, it is translated only in Greek. So until you understand Greek, you can't read the Bible. Here is the case. Muhammad bin Ishaq is coming from a Christian background. He understands Aramaic. He understands Greek and he understands Arabic. What a wonderful, intelligent young man. Now you understand why they start to have problem with what he was writing. The man was revealing, the young man was revealing some secret in his book that they don't want. He revealed some secret that people are afraid of. That is why they had some part of the book. And you see, when I am Muhammad, or living a life for Medina. Muhammad bin Ishaq lived in Medina, grew up in Medina, learned Arabic in Medina, learned Islamic studies in Medina, and met some of the sons of the companions, the disciples of Prophet Muhammad. Their sons and their daughters were meeting. He's in Medina and he traveled to Egypt. So Medina, and I travel from Medina and I go to conquer Egypt or stay in Egypt for some time. Yes, Muhammad bin Ishaq traveled to Medina. I grew up in Medina, learned everything in Medina, but traveled to Egypt. Now, when he traveled to Egypt and came back, before he started reporting and writing and documenting the history of Islam. When he started writing and documenting the history, he had a problem. First problem I want to abrante bi a friend Hisham Owa on in na encounter. Abrante we a from Owa Hisham Owa to Zubair. Zubair ye Prophet Muhammad ni disciple ba ko. Na ne ba na ye Owa na Owa wo Hisham. So Hisham is a grandchild of a prophet companion. Ena Owa no worry abayo bi a ye friend Fatima. Fatima no so ne nana so ye one of the disciples of Prophet Muhammad. So prophet the disciple Muhammad the disciples no omo na ne Muhammad bin Isa ebora. They are contemporaries. So when he came back from Egypt, actually when he went to Egypt, something happened. He met some people, some discussions. Let's leave that one because we are not yet there. One day, so when he came back, he came as a changed person. He came with a different personality. Let me put it this way. Before he went to Egypt, he was some kind of religious. But when he went to Egypt, he met some people and some discussions went on. He met some rabbis. He met some pastors. He met some priests and some discussions went on and some books were given to him. He read certain things. When the young man came back to Medina, he became less religious. Religious people don't want you to ignore their religion and be with them. You are the enemy. They will eat you up. That is why they have a law that Islam says that if you have ever been a Muslim and you denounce the Islam, you are apostate. And the law of apostate in Islam is that you should be slaughtered. It is there. It is there. I'm saying it to read my lips. It is there. There's a law. And they use Quranic verses to back it, buttress it, and justify it. So when the young man, Muhammad bin Isa, went to Egypt and came back, he became less religious. So he came and he became Egypt, Kemet, the center of civilization, the African spiritual ground. So you got it. And Isis, Horus, Osiris, the Trinity. Abrahamic religion, you don't have anything by your own. The copy and paste, so when Muhammad bin Isa came back, he became less religious and he started documenting the religious history. And I was started documenting. And Urwa bun Hisham bun Urwa bun Zubair and omunya problem. And Muhammad and Hisham bun Urwa ne katra amanfo wo Medina say Muhammad bin Ishaq say oji information na wo choro wo the book mu no me Urwa me yere ho Fatima wo boa. Meanwhile, indeed, she was giving him the information because Fatima was one of the closest people to her dad, and the dad being the son of a disciple of Prophet Muhammad, the dad knows a lot. So the dad was passing a lot to her. So Muhammad bin Isa was speaking some information. She was not the only person, and but she was part. And Hisham bin Urwa na Piyabeka said, Muhammad bin Isa or what? He wasn't taking anything from my wife. And the problem is that he's saying things that the things are dangerous for the religion and they think someone should do something. So the first label, I label Muhammad bin Isa a or a liar. Just like the way some people called me a liar when I did my presentations. Anytime something hit them hard and they can't stand it, they paint you black, they tarnish your image, and they say you are a liar. The same thing happened to Muhammad bin Isa. Urwa, Hisham bin Urwa bin Zubair, they say, oh yeah, liar. So the first problem I want to know, only companion be never nana a problem. And our friend say liar, and we are number one. So he countered this challenge in Medina. And again, the second problem Muhammad bin Isa Medina, and one of the biggest scholars of Medina, Imam Malik bin Anas. Imam Malik, one of the Islamic jurists and legalists in Medina, or one of the biggest Islamic school of thought in jurisprudence in Islam, I am from Malikiya school of thought. The whole West Africa, maybe let's say 4 to 5 decades ago, the whole West Africa were practicing their Islamic religion based on Malikiya school of thought. And the founder of this school of thought is known as Imam Malik bin Anas. And Muhammad bin Isa, after having problem with Hisham bin Urwa, he had problem with this great scholar as well. What happened? One day, it was reported to say that if you go to the first page of the Al-Magazine Seerah, that one that is there, an hour, make a once a first page introduction now. We are not making this things up. That is why I discussed the book for you first, and I let you know that I have the book. So I've read it. We don't sleep. Books we are not fabricating here. Go read it. So after some Muhammad bin Isa had a problem, Hisham bin Urwa bin Zubayr, and on Imam Malik had a problem. What is the problem? One day it has been reported that Muhammad bin Isa said that a day Imam Malik for what is Imam Malik teaching? You see, concerning the school of thought in Islam, there are 4 major schools of thought in Islam. We have the Hanafites, the Hanafi school of thought, and then we have the Shafi'i school of thought. The Hanafi school of thought, the followers are known as Hanafiya, and then the Shafi'i school of thought, the followers are known as Shafi'iyya, and the Maliki school of thought, the followers are known as Malikiya, and then the Hanbali school of thought, the followers are known as Hanbaliya. 4. When they 4, and these ones are school of thought in Sunni Islam. There is 2 major sects in Islam, Sunnah and Shia. This school of thought, these differences are in the Sunni Islam, not a more piper. Sunni sect in Ankasano, a more piper. Sunni sect in Ankasa, a more piper. Islam no Sunni sect, a more piper. Shia sect also, a more piper. And in Papa, more in a not allow him. The spring being the creator as a religion, where was he and I hair or it or whatever? Meaning gender, no one. Spare us. But when I been in the full marriage, Uberfuta, Mutu Yeshia, Yamakati, Umuneche Bay, Mobile, the much love yellow. Obi so on you, madam. Nipanesh. Yes. There were thousands of facts, natures and Nipanish. Anti Muhammad bin Isa said, "Edana Imam Malik chire. Mu fa ni nim die nyama biara nyama wa chire mu bi mfa bra na me asese because what I get it in the religion, no, I think on pon me half. So what is he claiming? Then I watch it. And Imam Malik tea. And Imam Malik tea. What nonsense is that? Who is Muhammad bin Isa? Ne nkwasi asem. Ye be yesa na be ya ye be yi na fi Medina. So Imam Malik and the political strength behind him stood against Muhammad bin Isa. This is the reason why Muhammad bin Isa moved from Medina to Iraq to meet the Abbasi leader who is known as Abu Ja'far al-Mansur. When Muhammad bin Isa appeared, the confusion, conflict now, and the conflict, Imam Malik the followers, any Hisham bin Urwa the followers. Always they are like that. So they stood against him. Imam Malik said in Costa Assembly, ye be in Medina. So omu hana, omu takana, Muhammad ibn Ishaq, or two fi Medina, Echo, Iraq. So this is it. So Muhammad ibn Ishaq, Nasi a Christo ni, na ye pastor, and I kochi who are sorry them, ababe your own crab before by force, and I do woman. Until Kasana watching these great languages you understand, Greek, Aramaic, additional to Arabic, Amanajina unique. Until he became the talk of the town and the knowledge is there, and our sample Egypt, I could see and never be able to or buy and wire threats. I mean, you get it. And to call. Now, he was labeled. Let me discuss some of the labels. We produce a man sign. I mean, discussing some of labels that I am labeled. One, you see, or you can that is a liar. One of the people that labeled him as a liar was this Hisham bin Urwa bin Zubair, one of the people who give Muhammad bin Ishaq the information that has been documented. Almost say, or you liar. Muhammad bin Ishaq is a liar. Now, this is Prophet Muhammad Nisuye ni nana. Efre obia all churo ni nana teacher abakwa semsel or ye kotompo ni watanto. If what this Urwa is saying, Hisham bin Urwa is saying is true, and there everything that Muhammad bin Ishaq wrote in Al-Maghazi is a lie. If it is a lie, why are you guys Muslims copying from him? So you people are copying lies. So based on what Hisham bin Urwa said about Muhammad bin Ishaq, any information of Islam, including Prophet Muhammad, that got to us through the book of Al-Maghazi, and that's the only reference. Everything in Islam is a lie. Point number one. Una, didn't you see how hard it is? The second level, Shia, meaning he belongs to the second set of Islam, Shia. And if you are a Shia, Islamically, if you are a Shia and you speak, the Sunnis will not take it. They will not listen to you. And when a Sunni speaks, the Shia will not listen. Let me tell you, in Islam, a Shia member will not pray behind a Sunni Imam, and the Sunni follower will not pray behind Shia Imam. It is happening. Ask them and they will tell you. So, someone lebun is our Shia there, and there some of the things are working. Sunni for one gentle into the second level. And when Sunnis label you as a Shia, is an insult. The same thing as Shia forms who are the only difference in the form, who decided from one. It is an insult. This is what is happening. Now, last label I had to so anything, almost the Dajjal. Imam Malik said, Muhammad bin Ishaq is Dajjal. The word Dajjal is simply and mistakenly translated in Arabic as Antichrist. If you are referring to Antichrist and you are a Muslim, you can't say Antichrist unless you say anti-Islam. Antichrist is anything that stands against Christianity. So you Muslim, if you think something is standing against you, that is supposed not to be Antichrist. It's supposed to be anti-Islam. But then I am missing up and I can't almost like Ramoni is Antichrist. Ukramonu Muslim can't say who anti-Islam. But what did you get Antichrist from? When you now confirm, you say, your own mouth is saying it, but I don't know. So Imam Malik said, or you're Dajjal, or you're Antichrist. Muhammad bin Ishaq, you're Antichrist. Antichrist way, on una watch your first book, and from the book, ununa mwanya mwabakwa semuni na, and the Antichrist at your book amount. So, who are you serving? Are you serving Antichrist or who? This is who Muhammad bin Ishaq was. Brief. Now, Ibn Hisham no copy war. Muhammad bin Ishaq and woman Our copy the big kakra or the iron 4 volumes. No. Tie. Ono de ama me ka kire ono ko ye nim na hwe ye nim ni bibia. Ne aye nim ni se o ye himia ni arabfo bia from himia o matena cha mo metu akoyera. Ena wa konyi wo Egypt. Eho ena ye nim date aye do wo ibu ni sha nobody knows. Date ya wo do we almost wo 213 years hijra. That is after the migration of prophet. That one is argument. Ibu ni sha March is not known about him. There's the second oldest book. March is not known about him. But one day someone have. Now, the last thing I want to talk about Ibn Hisham is that the way Ibn Hisham, Ibn Hisham fire when you access to Al Magazi or the Cho need there, Seerah to Nabawiya, we need Seerah of Ibn Hisham, we need. Nobody knows how we got contact with the books of Ibn Hisham. Nobody knows. Ibn Hisham. Ye nim so no ye ya wonya ye. But o see o wo na wonya ye. Ono so ankyere se na wo ye ya wonya information efi Ibn Hisham book. But anyway, I see o wo na wonya ye. And this is what happened. And it got 4 volumes. So we are done with the source. Now based on this, who can we now go say all the Islamic sources documentation be a questionable. And to us move back, questionable. This is what we want to say about the author and the book. We are done with it. Thank you for watching. When the realities of life are uncovered, change is a must. The next time you catch us, we're going to discuss Mecca geographically, and then we are moving like that. Now you are Prophet Muhammad now also. Obedience. You prepare you, until we meet again. I say to you, bye bye.